There we go. In this video, I'm talking green sauce for Bob Rizzo and taking a look at tattoo hot sauce. Is it a sub or a scrub? Then, with so many food-like products out there, I'm going to talk about why it is so important to understand product nutrition labels. And finally, we'll take a quick flashback look at UncleBrutha's hot sauce Emporium and much more. Welcome to All Sauce Matters, your source for all things all sauce. What's up, everybody? I'm UncleBrutha. I make award-winning all sauce, and I'm a radical self-care extremist. I hope everyone is doing well today. Greetings, greetings, greetings. And I do apologize. I'm running a bit behind the time that I had intended to be here, but I wanted to get a few things in line, in order for you. Now, while we all know there's no substitute for your favorite award-winning all sauce, we do find ourselves with a bit of a predicament, as there isn't any available right now. So a few episodes back, I asked what other sauces you all may have found to tide you over in the meantime. Well, since starting to share, the subs in my own fridge, I made a couple of surprising discoveries on some of the ingredient labels. Yes. So I went on a bit of a reconnaissance mission to see what my local Safeway and Walmart stores have to offer. And to be quite honest, I was not very happy with what I found. No, not really. It turns out there's a lot of products with potential to be substitute sauces. They contain undesirable ingredients that don't really come close to what I consider acceptable in a hot sauce, or most any product, truthfully, to be quite honest. That's why I'm going to go ahead and make the sub, is it a sub or scrub, or we call it sub or scrub segment, just a regular thing. Okay. So, it's a regular thing. I want to let everybody know what separates the two, so I'm going to share my findings with you, and, come along. Let's go check that out. All right. So let's get into sub or scrub. Now, I just sent a message out to my man, Bob Rizzo. I don't know if it was too kind of last minute. I don't know if he's going to be around, able to catch this or not, but this one's for Bob. Back when I first started asking about what you all may have been finding or using, or to hold you over, because like I said, there's no substitute for UncleBrutha's. Often imitated but never duplicated. There is no other like UncleBrutha. I could go on. However, I did ask. I thought it might be fun to see if there was anything that people found, any sauces that people had found that might have kind of filled the gap a little bit, just kind of tied you over until the all sauce is back. So Bob had popped in on that particular live stream that day and wanted to know if I had any good green sauces. Now at the time, I didn't have anything in particular lined up. I mean, I hadn't even. It was just kind of a last minute inspiration to even ask such a question. It wasn't really planned. It just came up that day. And matter of fact, you go back and look at that particular episode, you can see I dashed off and ran to my fridge and grabbed a couple of subs. And said, oh yeah, let me talk about, a couple things I've been using. So, as I did that, it turned out that there were some ingredients in some of the sauces that I thought I had cleared that weren't quite, acceptable. So anyway, since Bob asked about a green sauce, like I said, I went on a reconnaissance mission and I grabbed a whole bunch of things. And I'm going to be talking about these things as time goes on. But today, I'm talking about Tattoo hot sauce. Tattoo. They playing. How many of y'all remember that? Look at this. It's Tattoo. It's cute. It's about as cute as the real Tattoo. R.I.P. Her Lavio Sheds. They playing. Okay, so yes, Tattoo hot sauce. Bob, all right, I'm gonna take a look at Tattoo for you. All right. So now in Tattoo, first of all, when I spotted it in the store, I think I got this one at Walmart. I went to Walmart and Safeway because I wanted to see what these everyday places might have, what they might have to offer. So this one, Tattoo hot sauce, it's green, and I saw that the flavors are avocado serrano. And since UncleBrutha's all sauce number 9 has serrano chili pepper, I said, oh, okay, this might be something worth checking out, something I can tell Bob about. All right, so I went on and grabbed a few other things. I didn't take time to really look too closely at it. I just, look real close, real quick. And so as I got home with Tattoo hot sauce. Now to determine if it's a sub or scrub, first thing I do, I'll look at the label. Okay, so I looked at the label and I see green jalapeno pepper. That's the first ingredient. Okay. Avocado serrano. First ingredient, green jalapeno pepper. It's pepper. It's green. The next ingredient, we have canola and or soybean oil. And then distilled vinegar, tomatillo. There's serrano chili. Okay, we finally get some serrano chili. Let's see what's after serrano chili. What does that say? Sugar. All right. And there's Hass avocado. Salt, egg yolks, and pureed spinach, spices, lime juice, concentrate, garlic, natural flavors, citric acid, xanthan gum. Okay, so what says Tattoo hot sauce avocado serrano has a lot more of other things in it besides avocado and serrano. All right, so it starts out with green jalapeno pepper. Okay, not terribly mad about that. Green jalapeno pepper. All right, and then, the serrano. Serrano is a little hotter than jalapeno. So, because this is a commercial product, I'm not surprised by that. However, it's the next ingredient. Number 2 on the list, canola and or soybean oil. Okay. Now, it did say hot sauce. Now, I'm not, okay. Now, canola and or soybean oil, now that means, and it's number 2. That means it's more canola and or soybean oil in this hot sauce than what it says on the label it contains, which is avocado and serrano. But there's plenty of, a lot more soybean oil and or canola oil. Okay, so why is that? What's the big deal there? What's the problem with that? Well, I'll just tell you. So when it comes to understanding, why this is an issue. Okay. Canola oil, polyunsaturated fatty acid, soybean oil, canola oil, they're both considered polyunsaturated fatty acid because, they contain, they have a high amount of PUFA, polyunsaturated fatty acid, PUFA. Okay, so that's, when I say PUFA, that's what I'm talking about. So, PUFA comes from seed oils. So, and one thing that I have never wanted to do, never condoned, was having seed oil in, my hot sauce, at least anyway. But as it turns out, seed oils are already being overconsumed and have been found to be a major contributing factor to some of today's most prevalent health concerns. But most people have yet to make the connection when it comes to these seed oils and the term PUFA. So what I want to do is, when it comes to understanding why all seed oils are considered to be PUFAs and why Americans are overconsuming them, it's important to first understand the definition of a PUFA, polyunsaturated fatty acid. PUFAs are a type of fat molecule that has more than one double bond between carbon atoms in its chemical structure. This double bonding makes PUFAs more reactive and less stable in high heat than other types of fats, like saturated and monounsaturated fats. The high fat the high instability of PUFAs makes them prone to oxidation when exposed to high heat, which means they can become rancid and create free radicals, which have been linked to a variety of chronic diseases. So given the health risks associated with consuming too many polyunsaturated fatty acids, such as those found in tattoo hot sauce, it is no surprise that someone as committed to radical self-care as I am would prefer to recommend my own ALLSAUCE as a better, healthier choice. So I recommend caution when searching for a good sub to hold you over, and I recommend caution with regard to tattoo hot sauce. I don't think we can call tattoo hot sauce a sub for UncleBrutha's ALLSAUCE number 9. I'm so sorry, Bob. I'll have to try another one for you. That we can't go with tattoo. So, but I do want to stress the point. it's important to read labels and avoid processed seed oils as much as possible to maintain a healthy diet. Eating whole, unprocessed foods such as nuts, fruits, and vegetables is the best way to ensure that you are not over-consuming PUFAs and processed seed oils and are instead getting your fats from healthier sources. And that's just to name a few. There are lots of other sources. So, since reading labels can be a bit daunting and confusing, and to introduce my new site, healthradicals.com, I've got a downloadable guide decoding food labels and nutrition facts available for free right now. So get on over there, healthradicals.com. Get on over to healthradicals.com. Get yourself one right now. It's free. They're normally $7. We've got them on sale on ub.com for $7. So don't miss this opportunity to get one today. I know you can't wait to dig into all of those ingredient lists you've been ignoring because you don't understand, or in some cases don't want to understand what you were reading. Sometimes we don't want to understand what's on those labels, don't we? We want to just I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see what's there. So you can keep eating it. But don't waste another second. Go get it. Go on over there. It's free. Healthradicals.com. Check out my new site. It's just starting. But that's going to be something that you'll see growing and coming more and more and more. All right. So like I said, I did want to talk about tattoo hot sauce and the importance of reading labels. And I want to help you with that. That's why the new site and the download is available for you to go check it out. Now, as I mentioned, I went on a little reconnaissance mission. So I want to tell you about my reconnaissance mission. Bear with me a moment, though. I need to wet my whistle. Some of y'all don't remember that. Uh-oh. Can you hear that? I keep being told that's called ASMR. I guess. So all of this is ASMR. If you know anything about this, let me know. Tell me in the comments. Anyway. Okay. Speaking of websites, I just mentioned healthradicals.com is my new site. And that's where you can get the free download on decoding food labels and nutrition facts. And you can get started with understanding the labels on the foods we're eating. Because as I've mentioned, we got a lot of food-like products running around pretending to be actual food. And it's not. So you have to read those labels. Okay, so I'm going to be talking more about labels as we go on. So, as I said, I went on a reconnaissance mission. So, I went to Safeway, and while I was in the Safeway, I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I remember a time when there were just a couple of brands available in the Safeway. Even in Walmart, they just, you wouldn't have much of a selection of these things. But there, all of a sudden, there was a change that took place, and we began to see the shelves of the major grocery stores looking more like what we just saw. And that seemed to happen after a certain little spot in Capitol Hill called UncleBrutha's Hot Sauce Emporium opened up. And that was May 7th, 2006. And it coincided with, what was that called? Market Day. Market Day. And that was something that was a big event that was put on by an organization called Friendship House. And as I mentioned, I like working. I did try to work with Friendship House, and I was really trying to help them raise money because I thought they had really good. They had a really good cause. They were helping people get back to work or get to work if they hadn't ever been in work. So yes, we had UncleBrutha's Hot Sauce Emporium opened up, and on that day, oh, who is this? That's our friend Chef Rock. Ramon Rock Harper. Yes, just recently acknowledged semifinalist of the James Beard Award for restaurant and chef. So yes, this was Market Day. Chef Rock helped get us off to a strong start. He was out delighting the crowd, cooking with UncleBrutha's, came up with one of his amazing delights using UncleBrutha's, tantalizing the crowd. We also had Chef Brandon, who was from Haleo Restaurant, Bethesda. So, UncleBrutha's got off to a grand start, a truly grand start. And before long, I guess word got around because as I suspected, putting a specialty store like UncleBrutha's Hot Sauce Emporium at Eastern Market worked out amazingly well. People saw the hot sauce in the window and came running in. And, a lot of people thought I was crazy. And they said, why would you open would you open a store that sells hot sauce that has other hot sauce competing with your own? I said, because it's not, those other sauces aren't competing with mine. I'm selling UncleBrutha's all sauce. Well, at the time I was calling it fire sauce. And so told the story about why I came up with all sauce. Well, it's because everybody kept telling me that they're using it with everything, on everything, in everything. So I'm like, well, everything's all sauce. And that sure sounds a lot better than hot, because every time I said hot, people would just run and wouldn't even try it. So that's how we got to all sauce. But I knew, because I had seen it actually. I'm not going to take credit for the idea. I saw in California, while I lived in California, I went to, as you know, some of you know, if you've been back and seen some of my earlier episodes, then you'd know that I spent some time in California. And while I was out there, there's quite a few hot sauce stores in locations set very similar to Eastern Market. There's a farmer's market at 3rd and Fairfax where they had a hot sauce store. One of my favorite spots. And then they had one down in San Diego, and there was one out in Santa Monica, but I believe that might have been the same one that wound up at the farmer's market at 3rd and Fairfax. But I think there were at least 3 out there. So I'm not going to take credit for the idea, but I knew that it would be a smash hit at Eastern Market. So, I went all out and got the store open. Shoestring budget. And things were looking great. It was going well. Matter of fact, it was going so well, I would empty the store every weekend. And every Monday, we were closed because Eastern Market would be closed. I would come in Tuesday, place my orders. Trucks and deliveries would come in Wednesday, Thursday. By Friday, I had the store restocked and ready for the weekend. And the same thing, I'd repeat the cycle every weekend. So word got around. The distributors who are, I'm killing it. I'm buying all this stuff. I start filling the store with specialty food items along with the hot sauce, which I was doing anyway. But I really expanded on it. I expanded into the gourmet, things that you weren't seeing in stores like Safeway or Walmart or at the time Shoppers. And next thing you know, all of them are expanding their selection. And it occurred to me after one day a guy walks in the store. He walks in all walking around looking. And I can't remember who. I think it might have been my mom. My mother was standing with me. Somebody was standing there, and we said, well, can we help you? Said, no. Okay, excuse you. So anyway, that's pretty much all it was. He walked around, walked right out. And that's, if I flashed back to that after it occurred to me, it's like all these places, all of a sudden they have this expanded hot sauce selection. Of course, they're selling it cheaper than I could sell it. So yeah, they started trying to undercut me immediately because it was such a hit. Anyway, I'm going to take credit. Hold on. Let me show you one more time. I'm going to take credit for this. I'm taking credit. UncleBrutha changed the face of hot sauce, the hot sauce market in DC. I did this. If I hadn't opened the hot sauce Emporium and Mr. Nah, you can't help me hadn't come walking through my store to see what we were doing, this would have never happened. So you're welcome very much. But because this is Safeway and because these are big box, profit-oriented retail establishments, you know what's important. It's not the quality, it's the cost, price. You have to be concerned about the quality. That's your job. That's our job. That's what, I want you to be able to look at the label and be able to identify, oh, wait a minute. This is a hot sauce-like product. Not really a hot sauce. Okay. All right, so that means I'm turning up the heat. I'm getting UncleBrutha back out here as fast as possible. All right, I'm working on it every day. I'll say yes, every day. A little bit every day. I get something. I get something done. I get somewhere. Okay, just like with our health, a little bit better every day, a little bit healthier every day, a little bit of progress, moving forward, keeping it moving and keeping it hot. Okay, so now I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. I'm at 30 minutes. Now, as I said, I was on a reconnaissance mission, and so I've got some sauces. So I'll be popping back. I'm gonna try to hit you every day this week. I think I have enough to fill every day this week. And like I said, we'll do sub or scrub. And we'll look at the label. And by the way, Bob and anyone else who asks me to find a particular sauce, I'll continue to look. But since this one is not going, getting the sub designation, I'm not going to taste it. Matter of fact, I'm taking this one back to the store, getting my money back. But this is not a hot sauce. Not as far. No, it doesn't cut it. Glad I kept my receipts. Then again, maybe I'll just write it, but I'm not going to taste it. Bob, sorry, not going to taste that one. Now I did find some surprisingly good potential subs. We'll be taking a look at those. And then I found some other things. Thanks to Chef CB. I found a couple other things that we're going to talk about as well. And hopefully Chef CB will be able to join me this week so we can have those conversations. And because that's going to be fun. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right. So, like I think we're about to get ready to wrap things up here. I've covered just about everything I believe I had for you today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me and for hanging with me. And like I said, that's going to about do it. If you haven't already, go check out the new website, healthradicals.com. You can get your free download, learn how to read food labels. The power of reading food labels. Yes, because you don't want to get tricked into buying a food-like product that's not very good for you. And we'll be talking more about that coming up here pretty soon. Visit UncleBrutha.com. Check out what we've got going over there. There's the ALLSAUCE Village is growing every day. More and more coming there too. If you've enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing and or liking. All that good stuff. Anything your heart desires. Anything you feel compelled to do. We've got sign up for emails. We've got a merch store. It's all appreciated. It's all love. It's all sauce matters. I'm UncleBrutha. I make award-winning all sauce, and I'm a radical self-care extremist. I'll catch you next time.